And my name is Dylan.
And we're here to talk about how we've been doing again. How is Dylan been doing with this change that he's had with his treatment? And go ahead.
The treatment has been going the same way. I do treatment 1 week, and then the 2 weeks I don't do steroids, and then
and
chemo, and then recently I got the rhinovirus. It's kind of like a flu. It's like the flu.
It's like a cold.
Yeah, it's like a cold. So then I ended up in the doctor for
in the hospital.
In the hospital for 1 day. 1 day, right?
Day and a half.
Yeah, 1 day and a half, and then they let me go sit, and also my blood pressure was kind of high, and my nose was foggy, and then I coughed, and then I got really, and then it makes me really tired too. But then they discharged me because I didn't have any more fevers, and then my blood pressure didn't go as high, and then I went back, and then today we got a checkup, and they say that my cloggy nose and my cough and the fevers should go away in a few days. The coughing will stay for a few weeks, but then it's all okay.
And how are you doing?
I'm really good. I'm feeling really good. I just feel kind of tired, but good.
He gets tired more often now, and I think it's because he's sick. But other than that, he's been doing good. What else? Anything? Well, we've been doing activities.
Oh, with science experiments.
Science experiments, and we got this idea that we're gonna start doing 2 science experiments
each day.
Per day, so we can be busy, right? Because they're on vacation. They have 2 weeks of vacation, and we want them to have fun, and we want all to have fun since we're gonna be locked down in the house because we decided to not get together with the family on the holidays, just to be, safe. And I don't want anything else to happen because this last time.
Yeah, because I went to my nana's house.
But you didn't get sick there.
Yeah, but I didn't get sick there. I got sick way before that. But then at that time I started having symptoms.
I think what happened is so he was already getting some effect, like some. I could notice that he was getting a little bit sick, but he was not there yet. And we decided to go visit my mom. And because it was really cold that day, I think that the air when he went out of the house and was during on the cold for a while, I think that didn't help, so it made it worse that day. Like from the day to the night, he was having fever, and then he was having a lot of congestion just during that little short period. So, but he was already getting sick. So he didn't get sick there. He got sick before, but just by going out of the house and smelling being exposed to the cold air didn't help. And I feel really, really bad from doing that because I feel like it was my fault. I know it wasn't, but I feel bad about it.
It's okay.
So I don't want to do it again, and we decided to stay home just to be safe, and especially because this COVID started raising again, we just prefer to stay home. They let us out sooner than the 48 hours that they thought we were going to stay for.
Yeah, we were about
because Dylan, you want to say something?
So they discharged us out because if they didn't discharge us out early, we would be staying there for like 2.5 days. 2.5 days.
So we were supposed to stay there 48 hours, And then, but they end up letting us out early
because I stopped having fevers and my blood pressure started going normal.
Yes, his blood pressure was high still, but not as high because there's a level he's been having it high recently, but they blame it on the steroids, so they'll just keep an eye on it because it's not that high. But then that night it was really, really high when we went to the hospital, so they wanted to watch that during the day, and it was high during the day, but on the evening it went down a little to the usual high that is not that high. That he's been having during the treatment. So they let us out, and it's also because his immune system was not that low. It was low, but it was in the level for him to be stable and being able to fight whatever the virus was. But at the same time, they did some tests, and he came positive with the rhino virus. So that's what he has. Yeah. And but then, like I said, his immune system was not that low, so they end up letting us go home. Because he was, himself. He was stable. He was not feeling that bad, and he didn't have fever for a long time. And then, what else? His high blood pressure went lower, and he was eating well and everything. So they ended up let us leave, but they still did. I forgot the name of it. It was so they end up doing a blood culture on him, and since the blood culture didn't show any signs of him getting something coming up, and when he arrived to the hospital too, they right away put some
medications,
antibiotic through his port, just to make sure that he didn't have any bacteria or infection in his blood, and that would fight it right away before anything. And they did that, but at the same time, blood culture was doing good. They were still going to check that for 5 days, but they still let us out because during that process of the 24 hours, nothing showed. So that was good, right? And so far, he's been doing good. Today we had a follow-up for being in the hospital, and his blood pressure was more stable. I mean, he was still high, but more stable. It wasn't higher, because at the hospital it was up to 137, 133, and this time was up to 123 over 76. So it wasn't that bad. I mean, it was high, but like I said, they blame it. They said steroids tend to do that, so they'll just keep an eye on it. And other than that, he's been doing good. When we were leaving the hospital, when they were going to take the port out, they find out that the needle was not in the port, so he was already having a little pouch
of liquid
of the IV liquid.
Yeah.
And so they had to
take it out and put it back in, and then
they had to deaccess it
and then reaccess it, and then disaccess it.
Yeah, thank God they didn't have a hard time. They thought they were going to have a hard time because he was already a little pouchy on there.
Yeah, and we all know how,
especially because I don't know why, but it's really hard to have well, I know why. They put it in a complicated area, and it's a little bit deeper.
Yeah, it's in a lot of it's in a lot of tissue.
Plus, he had that little
liquid pouch.
So we thought they were going to have a hard time, but thank God this lady that did it,
she was really good.
She was really good, and she did it at the first time, and they were able to put the heparin on it and
take it out, and then put the Band-Aid on.
Yes, thank God. And we're back home, and do you want to go? He's not feeling that well, so I'm gonna let him go.
I'm gonna go. Bye, everybody.
So I'm gonna let Dylan go because he's not feeling that well. So yeah, they did that. They took it out, and then we were able to come home. And so far, he's doing really good. No fevers. His temperature's the highest he's had. It's 100.1, 100.2. But he's been keeping it really well. And it's normal because of this virus he has. And so we just have to just keep watching him and that. He started getting a rash again on his head, like before. For I believe it's from the steroids. Any, you know, same muscle pain on the legs sometimes. He had muscle pain on his jaw for like 3 days, and I believe that's a side effect from the bemblastine that he takes, which is the chemotherapy. But he went away, thank God. And I'm sorry about the noise the kids are playing. So everything other than that, he's been doing good. I don't know if I have mentioned this before, but the type of medications, the medications Dylan's taking so he's taking bemblastine for, you know, for chemo, and then he's taking steroids, which is the prednisone. He's taking 300 milligrams in the morning and then 25 milligrams at night. They changed the famotidine for pantoprazole 40 milligrams because famotidine was not really working that well. So they end up changing it to pantoprazole 40 milligrams. So he only takes that in the mornings. And then he's also taking gabapentin for pain, muscle pain. He takes 300 milligrams of gabapentin in the morning and then 200 milligrams at night. And what else? Oh, he takes Bactrim. I believe I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it that well, but he takes Bactrim. He take that only on the weekends, Saturdays and Sundays, morning and night, for the both days. And that's pretty much it so far. That's all the medication he's taking. They believe that if he keep having his high blood pressure the same and it doesn't go higher again, and it keeps being on the 20s, 120s, on the top one, they're not gonna need to give him treatment, you know, medication for the high blood pressure. But if he goes higher than that and maybe like to 130 something, they might consider giving him a little bit of medication. I just have a lot of hope that his high blood pressure, his, you know, blood pressure doesn't go that high for him to take more medication. Because I mean, I wouldn't like for him to take more than what he's taking, but if he has to, we'll do it, right? But we hope not. And that's where we are. I also want to say hi to Sol. She's from Houston, Texas, and she is a follower, and her son is also having LCH, and he's under treatment like my son, and he's gonna finish his treatment in July. Dylan is finishing in August next year. I want to say hi, and I want to say thank you so much for following. It makes me happy that that watching our videos help. I hope it does help you. I also want to say that you're a great mom, and just by the way you send me the message, I could tell that you're an awesome mom and that you do everything for your son. Always know that you don't judge yourself. Always know that you're an awesome mom, and you're doing the right thing. Always know that you're doing the right thing because you always try your best. Don't feel bad. Don't feel that you're not doing enough, because you do a lot. And God is with you guys. I've been praying so much for you guys. I feel familiar so much to you guys, or in touch, like, you know, touched and close to you guys, even though I don't know you guys, just because I know that you guys are going through the same thing we are. And I will keep you guys in my prayers, you, your son, and your family. I will always keep you guys in our prayers. I want to thank you so much for praying for Dylan, because I know you guys are. Thank you so much for being concerned. And I want to also thank everybody else that's praying for us and for my son. We've been doing good. It's just these things, and it's hard when things like this happen because you're never ready. I feel like I've been mentioning, it never gets easy. I mean, it gets manageable, but it never gets easy. And we'll keep learning from this, and let's just take the best from that, and you know, be always grateful that we have another day, and that he's healthy and that we're going through the right road and everything's doing okay. And yeah, that's pretty much it. We decided to stay home for Christmas. I don't want to risk it, so we're gonna stay here and celebrate Christmas, and I'll try to keep it fun for the boys, and you know, try to be emotionally and mentally healthy. And that's pretty much it, guys. I don't know what else to say. I want to thank you guys for always checking with us, and checking our videos. Thank you so much for following Dylan and his journey. And God bless you guys. And I'll make the next video maybe in like a week or two after his next chemo. Next chemo is next week on Monday. And since we're on vacation, we're gonna have time, so we'll probably make a video next week of everything, or how he's been doing and what they said, and things like that. And so we celebrate Dylan's birthday, and it was big. They did a big parade. It was beautiful. Dylan had a blast. Dylan enjoyed it a lot. He was really grateful that as soon as everything was done, when we came inside the house, he told me that he was really, really grateful with God for having this moment, and that he was happy, and he said that everything was incredible, and that it was awesome that everybody did that for him, and that he was really grateful. So it was nice hearing that from him, and knowing how much he enjoyed it, and we all enjoyed it, and we're really, really, thank you. Really, really grateful and happy that everything went good. Even the news showed up, and we didn't even know. The news from News 4 and also News 13 came by and made a video over it. It was wow. And so we're grateful with the police for taking their time and coming over and you know, say happy birthday to Dylan. That was something big for him, and for all the people that came. It was such a blessed, and we're really thankful. And that's pretty much it. You guys have a wonderful day. God bless you.